The shot. Okay.
Are we at 30 frames per second?
Yeah.
Audio
I'm
levels
not
good.
here though.
Everything my goggles center. They
Audio
lopsided.
looks
My buttons.
The talent's fine.
My button's good. My
We're
buttons.
the talent's
Can you
fine.
see
We're here
Johnny
for the talent
Ruckus
right
needs to be hated? Okay.
Why are we hating Johnny Ruckus?
Cause he gave me a button that says I should. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's my buddy. I can do whatever I want.
Do we check his audio level and everything?
I'm Ryan Cap.
If you want to look at it, it's set top channel.
He's on channel 1.
Yeah, if
You
see it
taking
down.
you
Okay.
taking stills?
Run through the ABCs.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S
Bring your voice down like a half step.
T U V W X Y and Z. Now
I
I
mean, we can
know
adjust
my.
That's
this.
fine, that's fine.
You good?
He's
Are you bothered by strange noises in the middle of the
That's
night?
fine.
Do you experience
It
feelings?
is. Well,
That's 'cause
if
you-
if it's that close.
He was
we
going
need-
to announce your voice.
We need to bring it down.
I would
Well, because you expected me to be like not projecting.
keep talking.
Are you bothered by strange noises in the middle of the night? Do you experience feelings of dread upon entering your basement or attic? Have you or your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost? If the answer is yes, don't. That's
Yeah.
my
All right,
that's
you
my
good?
normal pre-taped
You're good.
thing.
You're
So
good.
Are you gonna roll it?
Sure.
Right here.
well, you should.
Now we're recording.
Now we're going.
Okay. Let me
Okay.
know when you're ready then, and I'll start.
Yeah, just go for it.
Did you say and spell your name for the camera, sir?
My name is Ryan E. Kemp. Big R Y A. Well, Dr. Ryan E. Kemp.
He's not a
Big D, little R, period. Big R, little Y, little A, little N, little E for the E, period. Big K, little E, little M, little P. Dr. Ryan E. Kemp.
Let's keep in mind that we're
Where
not
did
gonna
you
be
get your PhD?
wasting people's time. Okay, we don't
This
need to
part's
waste
not
time.
actually gonna get
Where
on
did
it.
you get your PhD? It's the first
Uh,
question out here, actually.
Yeah. My PhD came from Western Kentucky University because I am the chairman and founder of the Western Kentucky Ghostbusters,
Okay, yeah. Alright, shut up now.
the largest and most active branch
Kemp, shut
in
up.
all of Kentucky.
Kemp, shut up. This is the actual questions now.
Okay.
What's your name and what Ghostbuster franchise are you with?
I am Dr. Ryan E. Kemp, chairman and founder of the Western Kentucky Ghostbusters.
How do the Ghostbuster franchises work, and how many franchises are there?
That's a good question. Franchises work in the fact that we're a fan group who builds props, and we love the movies. But the way ours work and the way several different ones work is we also do charity work, which I love doing. It's one of the best things we do throughout the year. We raise money for different charities. The main one we do is the UK Children's Hospital, and every year on Halloween, we take the money we raise and we visit everyone in uniform, and we donate it, and then we give the kids that can't get out a gift bag full of candy and activities and stuff, and we try to brighten their day. What was the other part of that?
How many franchises are there?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's at least 14 in Kentucky, or 14 in Florida. There's Alabama, Louisiana. There's Chicago. There's 4 in Chicago. There's Tennessee. There's 2 in Tennessee that I know of. There's 4 in Kentucky. At least 150 in the U.S. Maybe. I don't know. Let's say 150. That's a good round number.
What's your role in your franchise?
I am pretty much the public face. When we first started out, I ran a lot of just like publicity stuff and kind of getting some things organized. And then we've grown so much since we started. We went from 3 people to almost 20 now. So yeah, it's mostly I go out and I meet new teams. I'm pretty much the person people recognize from the Western Kentucky Ghostbusters because I go from cons from Chicago to Orlando, and I'm the guy that does 12 events a year, usually. So I'm the kind of guy that you see like walking by in a parade making a scene, or I'm the one that just, for some reason, the camera goes to me because I have a lot of gear and I'm kind of dumb.
This is going to be a fun question.
All right.
What's your day job?
Ha! That's a mystery that will not get answered for this one. You'll have to demand there be a sequel to this movie, and then maybe we'll start talking. That is the one mystery that everyone from Chicago to Orlando to California and the New England area and across the pond want to know. So Good, good luck trying to figure that one out. I will say what is on my business cards I've never created are Ghostbuster, Improviser, Adventurer, and Legitimate Nice Guy. But nice try.
How old were you when you were first exposed to Ghostbusters?
Ooh, first exposed would be around 2 or 3 probably, because I know I was 3. No, I was 2 when the cartoon came out, so it had to be somewhere between 2 and 3. Because I know I started preschool with the lunchbox and all the toys from the first wave, so I was pretty much into it since the cartoon started. Um, yeah, I've been in it. I was a junior Ghostbuster for about 8 years before coming back and being a real Ghostbuster for 14. So it's been pretty much all of my life.
How does Ghostbusters impact your daily life?
It this really this I don't turn off being a Ghostbuster. I really don't. This is no matter what I'm doing, I always look at it from a Ghostbusters point of view. If I see something from the new comics or I hear something about a new movie, I instantly go into Lewis Tully and think, how does that affect marketing? How could they make more money on toys? I always look at my own life in a way that I would think Ray Stantz would do. I'm also the heart of our team, so I try to be the most positive I can when meeting people, especially other Ghostbusters, and I try to offer just like a handshake and a welcome embrace to get people to realize that we're all part of the same fandom. Um, I live my life how I expect a Ghostbuster would live.
You have a spare battery?
Mm-hmm.
It says battery near end.
Okay, go ahead, cut it.
Awesome.
For all of us.
Oh, well. Did bring a charger?
Yeah, we're not going to talk to you for 87 damn minutes.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
What's so captivating about the actual Ghostbusters franchise?
Ghostbusters itself is like the legitimate best comedy that I can think of. Uh, it is, there's so much the humor that comes from it is one of the best shot movies that will last 30 more years. It's already lasted 31. The original movie will last for that. The cartoon alone, on top of the movie, inspired children not to be afraid of their own monsters and to understand that they could take whatever technology they had, whatever personal things they could do, and fight their own demons. To not be afraid. Oh, there's so many reasons this is a good thing. Um, it's just it's one of those things that it's about friendship too. And I'm not just saying Ghostbusters 2 and fighting hatred and all and thinking positively. It is for people that even though in the first movie they got shut down, in between that and the second movie, they still went and got like cannolis together. They still got dinner and hung out and would do the thing like Ray and Winston just visiting kids and brightening their day. It's just an amazing thing. And it's still, I am shocked how many little kids that are way past what should have been knowing what Ghostbusters is because their parents have passed that down and they see us in uniform, how excited they get to see us. It is one of those things that I never quite understand, and it just always brightens my day.
Why Ghostbusters?
Oh, for me, Ghostbusters, like I said, is one of the best comedies, and I am driven by comedy. Um, I've studied for a little bit at the Second City, and I was inspired to do that and go into improv from Ghostbusters because the creators, the writers, the actors were all Second City, and that comedy has brought me into that. And there's so many little things that brought me back to Ghostbusters. I kind of got out around fourth grade just because I wanted to just be a kid, and it kind of stopped being mainstream. But I came back to it, and for me, oh, I started because I wanted to build props. I wanted to be building the robots for Mystery Science Theater 3000. I moved on to building proton packs. And at the time it hit, for me, was really bad. I got back in September of 2001. September 1st, 2001 was when I first started being a Ghostbuster. That was like 6 months after my mom had died, and it was one of those things where it just gave me a chance to laugh again. And I never stopped. Every time I've ever been down, either the movies or the people or the friends I've made through Ghostbusters have been there for me. And it is just one thing I legitimately I cherish Ghostbusters more than life itself. Uh, it's one of those things that I always give my all to Ghostbusters because Ghostbusters has given its all to me.
How did you get into the Ghostbusters fandom?
Oh man, I started way back when there weren't many franchises. I think there was Arizona and Chicago. The Chicago branch, the Chicago division, first started, um, and the what got me into it was the Middle Tennessee Ghostbusters. They built all their stuff off the Paranorm plans. Some of the first plans for proton packs made of wood and found objects before we got fiberglass shells and aluminum throwers. And I was so inspired by people that were an hour away from me that I wanted to build that. That was the first team that like I could build these props. And then I wanted to join them, but they were already started kind of coming apart at that point because they've been together for 4 or 5 years. And oh, I wanted to get into that, and then I did it for a year or two, met the Chicago branch, and I literally the day after I left Chicago started Western, drew out the logo that is on so many of our flight suits, not mine, ironically, our posters, our business cards, came up with the name the Western Kentucky Ghostbusters, and then like a month or two, I met the people that would be the co-founders and some of my best friends.
What is a ghost head?
A ghost head is someone who loves Ghostbusters that can tell you by memory different things from scenes to scene, what goes into building a pack, what different things were in the early drafts that never made it to screen. People that dress up in 100-degree heat in Atlanta just to march in a parade. Uh, there are people that take their car and figure out how can I put a roof rack on whatever I'm driving. They are people that are the best people I know. They really are. No matter where you're from, if you're a ghost head, you're pretty much family. If I see just a random person, even in my civilian clothes, and you're in a Walmart and you're wearing a Ghostbusters logo on your shirt, I'll give you a head nod like, "Hey, we're in this together." That's even you can be casual, you can be full on. A ghost head is someone who loves Ghostbusters.
What does being a ghost head mean to you?
Being a ghost head to me is about doing everything you can to make Ghostbusters still relevant to people, to make people laugh, to make whatever you're doing while in uniform feel like you are from the movie, and then have people that may never ever see another Ghostbuster to make their one time seeing you the best moment of their lives, just to brighten their day, make them smile, just to make something better for people. And then it's just one of those things that you're making yourself look good by being a Ghostbuster, but you're making Ghostbusters look even better because you are a living example of one of the greatest movies of all time.
What separates ghost heads from other fandoms?
Well, there's different groups like the 501st. I'm not in the 501st, but I know there's a very strict set of rules. Uh, Sometimes that's good, but you can make a pack out of found objects, and as long as you carry yourself well, we will gladly accept you and we will nurture you and help you if you want to build a different pack, or we'll help make you look like your pack is just a different pack. We will be your family. We don't we're we're all kind of wise asses and we're just funny guys. And yeah, every now and then you'll find a jerk like in every fandom, but we're very supportive. I think that comes from just the guys in the movies being supportive, the guys in the cartoons being supportive, just coming from that Second City style of making your partner look good. We are there to support you, and I think that's what separates us from a few other groups.
Probably 1 second. Talk for me for a second.
Okay, I'm talking right now. John told me to talk, so I'm talking. What's going on? Am I still talking?
You good. Peeking out. Can you grab the case that had this on it?
Okay, we're rolling. And what type of planning does one have to do to put on an event as a Ghostbuster?
To put on an event, well, there's different kind of events. There's movie screenings, which I've never, well, I did one in college early on, right before I graduated, where we had to just make sure we promoted it and then had a copy of the movie in a projector. But the movie screenings, you might have to make sure that the movie theater knows you're there if it's like the 30th anniversary screening. Um, I'm not really sure about those, but then there's the tables, which I usually, depending on the events, we talk to the people in charge. We say, hey, we're a charity thing and we're here to raise money. You may have to say, there's some kind of tax liability thing. The charity you're with should help you out, but basically it depends on your con. Um, I'm not the big guy on handling that nowadays, but I know we talk to people and we get to know people. Uh, Before one of our big charity events, we just were there every year helping out friends of ours that run a comic book store, and then people saw we kept drawing attention and they offered us a fan table. Different conventions will have fan tables. Not all of them will. I know Wizard used to, and they no longer do. Uh, but it just check with the people promoting the convention, and they usually, if there's a large number and it's a draw, they may offer you, if you promote on the Facebook page of your franchise or your personal page, that you'll be there, and you draw up free publicity. They may offer you a free table.
How do you find events to go out to as a Ghostbuster?
Well, I will pretty much go to any event that will have me. I go to horror conventions. I go to conventions that are outside of my state. I Any chance I get, I will put on an outfit. But really, it's just what type of things do you like? What type of things do you think a Ghostbuster would appear at? A horror convention is great because there's horror elements to Ghostbusters. Sci-fi, same thing. There's sci-fi elements. Just find what what do you love and what a Ghostbuster fit in. That's the best way. Just don't do something that would get you in trouble. So don't just like show up at a highly secure event wearing a proton pack, and I don't think you'll have a problem.
What is the reaction from the general public you get while you're dressed up in your gear?
Uh, I try to be as welcoming as I can in my outfit. So I try to be like, "Hey everybody, how you doing?" And just if it's a parade especially, I'll be waving, I'll be yelling. I threw out my voice at Dragon Con this year, just making people feel welcome. But one person, they'll be like, "Oh, a Ghostbuster." But the second you add another person, if you have three or four and you're at a convention, you cannot move 5 steps without a photo being taken. And you just have to welcome it, and you just have to be smiling and waving. And people, even 30 years later, 31 years later, people love seeing a Ghostbuster. I don't know why we're such a hit, but everyone loves a Ghostbuster.
Why do you think people hold onto Ghostbusters so tightly?
Uh, there's a lot of people that it's a huge part of their childhood too. Not only is it one of the greatest comedies ever made on film, uh, it's one that was shot, especially the first movie, was so timeless that that will carry on throughout the years. There's a lot of smoking that it'll be less in movies, but the movie itself holds up. The footage and the shots hold up. People also just they remember the cartoon and they remember so fondly that from their childhood and they've passed it on to their kids now because people my age are having kids and they're like, "Hey, this is something I love," and they want to pass it off. And I think that's one of the things is that people just hold it so dearly because it brings up good memories and it makes people laugh still to this day that that's not going to go anywhere for any time soon.
Why do you think grown men hold slash view Ghostbusters so tight to them as if it was a religion?
Oh, for me, it's pretty much this. I would definitely say it's a religion for me because it is one of those things that it inspires you. You want to be a better person when you put on this outfit. The second I put on a Lewis Tully colander, I have to go dumb instantly just because it's something that you just have to. It's one of those things that washes over you, and you think, "Hey, I can make people smile. I can just." It's one. It really you make everyone around you better when you put on the outfit. I find, and we hold dearly to it because it's something we love. It's something we are passionate about. That I can. The reason it's more like a religion, it would be because we're passionate about it. Uh, I. It's this is something probably the most passionate I'm about. So this is why it's like a religion to me.
Have you teamed up with other franchises throughout the world?
With throughout the world, I have not actually outside of Facebook or online haven't got outside of the country, but yes, I have. I'm an honorary member of the Chicago division, the Orlando branch. I think one or two others in Florida. I consistently help out like the Tennessee branch, or just I'm a member of the Midwest Coalition of Ghostbusters. We've helped out several different ones in Ohio, Kentucky. Oh, there's so many. I consistently help out just Dragon Con, so at least seven different branches there. Oh, there's so many that I can't even think of all of them. But yes, yes, the answer is yes.
Give that tape,
Okay, this next one's kind of redundant for anyone who knows you.
All right.
Would you travel across the country to meet up with another Ghostbusters franchise for a convention?
Yes. On a whim, when I found out that there was going to be an Ecto and several branches outside of DragonCon, shortly, I think half a year after DragonCon, I drove down to Florida and I asked one of our members, "Hey, you want to go to Florida?" And we did. We didn't have a hotel booked. We just said, "Let's go to Florida and all the we'll meet the one or two Ghostbusters branches of Florida," not knowing how many there were. And we made an entire weekend of it. And those people are still some of my best friends. And then, yes, Dragon Con. I went the very first year because I wanted to go to PKE Surge, not knowing how big Dragon Con was, not knowing it was in five hotels at the time. And I will not miss PKE Surge. Make it a point every year. I get my hotel before that year's Dragon Con just so I'm there to meet the Ghostbusters that year. The answer to that is overwhelmingly yes.
Been there, done that.
Yes.
Okay, last question.
All right.
Have you ever seen drama unfold between Ghostbusters fans? If so, what was the drama and what happened?
I know there's drama, but I don't make it a point to find out. Uh, it usually blows past. Uh, I I don't think we've had too much drama. And the most drama I can think of recently was I did a con the week after Dragon Con, and I was so tired that I was like, "Can you guys please just run this while I sleep in our ambulance because I'm tired." That is the most recent drama I've experienced. I make it a point not to get involved. I know there's drama in different franchises, but it doesn't affect me, so it's not my point to get involved. So if I know someone is like upset or crying, I do my best to make them feel better, but I'm not going to go and dive deep into the drama just because that's not me.
Anything else you want to add?
Uh, I am Ryan E. Kemp. I've been a Ghostbuster for the last 14 years. This is what I love with my entire life. Every Ghostbuster I meet, especially the Western Kentucky Ghostbusters, are my family. Uh, I love every single person I meet in a uniform. And if I haven't met you, I look forward to meeting you soon.
And we are out.